I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're diving into the heart of inspiration, creativity, and determination with a wonderful author. Her name is Racheal Cardiss, and she has penned a terrific book. It is called Rock On By. This compelling story blends fiction and truth in a therapeutic journey that will leave you captivated. Get ready to explore the magic behind her writing and the story of Craig Winter, a carpenter with a legacy to uphold. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Prime 7 Media for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. Racheal, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, Logan. It's great to be here.
Well, I love this book because you have a character named Logan in it, who is the protagonist's father. Tell us a little bit of the story of Rock On By.
Rock on by. It was originally based on the rock, which is the boulder on the front cover that was given to the great-grandfather, symbolization of the first ground broken to commence the railway project across the road.
This is based on a true story in part. Tell us a little bit about the background.
No, it's not a true story. It's fiction.
Mhm.
I was surprised, though, looking over it in my editing process, how much of myself I actually put into it.
Right.
Certain desires, passions, even things I wished happened to me, and some experiences I had personally.
So it's not a true story, but there are some true aspects to it in that they pertain to your life, whether imagined or exaggerated or happened, but maybe not quite that way. So there is a
Yes.
little reality there, which makes the story very real. And I think most authors borrow from their own experience in the storytelling. And tell the folks a little bit about this Craig's life and his work and the setting of Winter for it.
Winterforth is a farm, a working farm. So they have livestock, some crop fields. It's set in Queensland. Uh, it's not a real place, of course. It started in Queensland.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you know much about farming, or did you have to learn about it in order to tell the story?
Some of my own experience was in there, particularly what happens at the bed and breakfast place, the country
Right.
life bed and breakfast place. Some of that actually happened to me while I was on holiday.
Hmm.
But no, I had to research and try and figure out what the character might be feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
And what do you hope readers take away from Craig's journey?
that no matter what befalls you in life, as long as you have good friends and family around you, you can get through anything.
Yeah. I think that's very, very true. And tell us, has your work life influenced this book at all? Tell us a little bit about that.
No, it was actually began from a dream I had, and I just kept developing it. It was like one more thing, and then one more thing, and then I was like, "Oh, hang on, I need to see what's going on. I'm writing this.
Uh,
I'm busy, I'm
Absolutely.
busy." So it was, I just fell in love with the characters and the place. I can picture it so real
Yeah.
as I was
Yeah. And
creating it.
I think your readers can also, which is what makes it so wonderful. Tell us a little bit about the dynamic between Craig and his father, Logan.
He's always been someone. Craig has always looked up to Logan, but he's also had the experience from his grandfather too, Charlie,
Mm.
which is the fourth generation. So there was Scott, then Malcolm, then Charlie, then Logan. So he's not the fourth or fifth generation.
Wonderful,
But it's
wonderful.
always been an inspiration to him, and he's always wanted to work confidently with his father. So we meet Craig when he was 16, and then he started beginning a very personal project to him. And then 18, he goes off to university to finally become this fully qualified carpenter to walk alongside his dad confidently. It's through one of those first trips together that he meets Helen Mackenzie and knows that from that moment his life will never be the same again. He's always looked up to be like his father Logan, who has a long time relationship. So he wants that family and farm life.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you envisioned this as a movie, perhaps, or a TV series?
Ah, my title executive has spoken with me a few times that maybe even movies could go for this. And I was like, oh my gosh, really? A movie? No, I have not actually played it out as a movie or episodes, but certainly I believe in the story where it could go in
Yeah.
any direction, I suppose.
Now that the work is out there, you never know who will pick it up, who will want to develop it into something more. If it stays a book, that's great. It's beautiful as a book. If it turns into a film or a series, that would be terrific. Are you planning a sequel? It seems like these characters have the propensity to go on.
I have been asked that before, Logan. Thank you. And even when I was finishing it, my last few moments of before presenting it for publication, until I started envisioning more parts. So I thought, oh, that could do that, or what if they did this? But I'm not sure. I may look into it in the future, but not at the moment.
Okay. Well, it sounds good. Sounds good. What was it like writing it? Did you write it in the mornings, evenings, after work? Tell us a little bit about your writing habits.
I did schedule to write at least twice a week for about an hour, but normally whenever the idea come to me, or just an escape, really, to focus on something that I could control, with things that are out of your control, like get dishes to pile up or work that needs to be done, or 4 people out of 7 that need something, but this is like, no, this is what I need. Just hold on and just keep going. Yeah.
Exactly. It's fun kind of living in that space when you're writing it. It's like you're living in Winterforth, right?
And certainly was. I could see myself walking down the veranda, the driveway.
Yeah. Is there anything in Queensland that resembles Winterforth?
Not that I've seen,
Yeah. Yeah. Is
but
this
I
your
do know that when we lived on our property, that was about 40 minutes away from town. So
Gotcha. Is this your
wasn't
first book?
exactly a farm, but it was still in country life.
Yeah. Is this your first book?
That one was, yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have
Well,
been working on at least 3 others.
oh, great. Tell us about those.
Uh, I started writing them a few years ago. It was about 2020, I think, around the time that the world suffered COVID
Mhm.
in long terms. And it's basically all we could do. You couldn't really go out or see other people or connect, but I could develop and create. And I was happy to do that.
Yeah.
So the 3 others that I'm working on at the moment are Our Home Life, Their Laws. Sorry, Our Hometown, Their Laws. The Wandering Star, and On Distant Sands. I'm particularly happy with how that one is coming together. I'm working on that one at the moment.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, you're turning into quite a prolific author, and that's great news because your writing on this book is just sensational. The name of the book is Rock On By. It is a compelling story that blends fiction and truth in a therapeutic journey that will leave you captivated. The book explores the magic and the wonder of a beautiful place called Winterforth, where a carpenter by the name of Craig Winter has a legacy to uphold. It's an amazing story. You will just love it. Thank you so much for being our guest today. So great speaking with you, Racheal.
Do you need to know about that name?
Sure. That's your pen name, Racheal Cardiss. Tell us
Yeah.
about the background on it. Yeah, that'd be great.
Uh, it was just a promise I made myself once I started developing the story more and coming alive with it, that I said to myself, if I ever did get to that stage where I would publish a book, I'm going to honor the two most important women in my life. So Racheal is a name that me and my mother shared fondly whenever we were talking about a professional approach to things. Right, there was sometimes when I'd been silly or talking back a little and not wanting to do something, but Racheal got it done. She was the professional, so we often called that as a funny play name.
Wonderful.
And Cardiss was my grandmother's middle name, which is a rare name, but not many people knew that about her. So I said, well, Racheal Cardiss.
Wonderful. Well,
And it
that's a
just
beautiful
came to me from
tribute to your
there.
mother and your grandmother by using their names and creating this wonderful pen name. So I'm sure they're both very proud of you. And I think they're happy if they're watching this interview, that's for sure, because you did a great job here
As a
today and a
as an
wonderful job on
inspiration to
this
me,
book.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Go
that
ahead. I'm
looking
sorry.
up to them, and they've always been positive to me as Craig looking up to Logan, I suppose. So there's a lot of tradition and feeling in that.
Yeah, a lot of parallels for sure. Thanks so much for being our guest today, Racheal.
Thank you for having me, Logan.
So great having you on the show. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.